Where are you at, Dow? There you are. Alright, how's everyone doing? This is my August 11th, 2019 stock market analysis. This is my first one. We're actually just going to do charts for now. We're going to be, you watch me chart these out a bit. So here we have Bank of America on the daily, or the weekly. We're just going to mark support and resistance. These seem to be the main areas. Okay, now the trend line. We had this ascending triangle, never even got a third touch of this trend line up, broke higher, and we entered this trend up. That's been broken. Came down. We'll go down to the daily here. Alright, what's the daily showing us? So, let me fix this up a bit. There we go, we had our pullback, price came down. I tested this low. Honestly, looks like we might get a retest of this high. It's tough to say. But for now, it's just kind of ranging sideways here. Yeah, we just have a range sideways here. So, with a break in the middle there. It's tough to say where the exact horizontal support is, because it's kind of all over the place here. We kind of have some everywhere. Trying to find trend support in here, but it's tough to say. I mean, I would like to see a retest of this high. I don't think we'll get that, though. We'll see. I don't know where price is going long term here. Uh-oh, looks like I already had this charted out. Let me remove all these drawing tools. Okay. Go down to the weekly here. Apple. Really nice bubble. Really good looking bubble. Alright. So there's our first trend line. There's our next trend line. Here's our next trend line. Let's go Fibonacci fan. And these aren't going to be perfect because they're done the weekly, but they should be okay. Alright. I'm not here for perfection. I thought I was going to retest this high, but I don't think it's going to. Excuse me, I don't think we're going to get there. We got this trend line still intact. And we have this horizontal resistance. So that's the main one. We also have this minor resistance here, which it caught quite a bit, and it diverged pretty hard on it. So price could continue lower, but until it breaks this trend line, who knows? I mean, it could retest this, and finally we get a ascending triangle breakout. Who knows? But this is the main trend line to watch for now. GE, General Electric. Take it down to the daily. I'm seeing a big break, and it looks like it's going to test this low again, which could be big. There's a lot of support here. This is the same low from post 08, so yikes. We'll see if this can hold. Let's go down to the daily. Yeah, this pennant was broken, it looks like. It kind of was moving sideways here. Started moving up and triangling a bit. Yeah, we had this triangle here. I mean, you could try and say it's an ascending. I don't know. It was wedging, kind of triangling, whatever. It was consolidating sideways, bare minimum. Yeah, try to break up higher, but it failed. Looks like it's going to retest this low for the main part. We'll see. Microsoft. Another crazy bubble. Crazy bubble. Jesus. You can't even chart this. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. I mean, you can't get a fucking trend line on this thing. Alright. Yeah, it's not perfect, but that's good enough. Alright. This trend line's still intact. Wait for this to be broken. Might retest this high. Okay. Intel Corp. A lot of support and resistance in here. It looks like we're getting a head and shoulders though. That's what it's looking like to me. We're still in the daily, aren't we? All right, weekly. Okay, that's a .com bubble. Weekly, we had this double top on the weekly here with an RSI divergence. Yes, no, maybe, no. But to me, what do I see? Let me get these trend lines drawn. This is your main one. If this thing gets broken, it's over. But yeah, what do I see? I see a left shoulder, I see a head, and I see a right shoulder. And the right shoulder is usually a retracement from a broken trend line. I'm trying to see what trend line that might be. It might be this one. But we had this break here, but that could have got faded for the most part. It was just a consolidation sideways, just kind of a pennant, and there was resistance in here actually, quite a bit. So it was kind of an ascending formation, broke higher, but now we're seeing this top. We're seeing this head and shoulders pattern here, and that right shoulder is gapping down, which is a very bearish sign here. And it's not exhaustion gap, it's not at the end. So yeah, retested that gap. And that looks like a 0.618 exactly, honestly. Yep, that's an exact 0.618 retracement. If this thing holds, where can we see price break? That's pretty bad. That's pretty severe. We'll see. We'll see if it holds, but if it holds, it's going to break this trend support. So, Cisco Systems, that's gapping. That looks like the same formation. We'll go to the weekly here. Do I even need to? Okay, let's get the main trend line drawn at least. Here we go. That's it. And we got one here. Another one here. And another here. So these are our main trend lines. I mean, it just wedged. It wedged up at the top here. Broke lower. It's pulling back. But I'd say the price is going to continue to the downside here. We have minor support up in here. We have some minor support here. But for the most part, I mean, it looks like it's breaking lower. AT&T. Let's go to the weekly. Alright, where are we at here? We got this trend support here. Let's draw it for the third touch, shall we? Does it line up here? It kind of looks like it does not. Yeah, it doesn't. Tries. We got the horizontal resistance though. And it looks like it's ascending. It does. It does look like it wants to retest this high again, but will we get there? I don't know. I really can't say. Take it down to the daily. What do we see? Alright, we got this trend line down. It's tough to say where the exact thing is. Right about there. Most touches. We have this trend here. Clone this. It's gaining volatility in here. And it kind of looks like a rising wedge. Or, what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. Broadening wedge. That's kind of what it looks like. So we'll see. But it looks pretty topped out here. It's pretty diverged. It's pretty topped out here in my opinion. Pfizer. Nice pharmaceuticals. Probably all made in Israel. Let me go down to the weekly. Interesting. Wow, that's a big candle. That's a scary looking candle, to be honest with you. And that's the main trend, and that's broken. That trend is broken. So, if price doesn't, it might pull back a little bit, but I expect this to continue down to the downside. That's a big break. I mean, that's a massive trend. That's big. That's very big. That's not just some little break. I mean, look at this trend. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 touches on this thing, if not more. It's a big trend. So, I expect price to continue lower. Facebook. Okay. I forgot I'm not on the weekly. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I can still do the same shit. It's not perfect, but see, it broke out and then kind of wedged lower, broke out higher, and it topped here pretty well. Nice RSI divergence, and it broke this base, kind of pulling back upwards. Maybe it will hold, but I think it's going to continue down to the downside. What was that? That wasn't Facebook. That was Ford. My bad. Facebook. Totally thought that was Facebook. That was my bad. Alright, Facebook, we had a nice clean trend here. Not really too many touches on this thing. Another trend here. That broke out and pulled back. And that's what we're seeing now. And we still have this trend is still intact for now. Until this is broken, yeah. Can't really say much, but this is pretty diverged. AMD, wow, that's testing some really important highs here. Look at that. A lot of horizontal support there. Here. But look, check this out. Look at that divergence. Massive RSI divergence. What is this candle? What is this? That's a fake out. Come on, what is that? You kidding me? Oof. Oof. Yeah, I would not touch this. I would get short on this. Absolutely would get short on this. Look at this. I mean, look how diverged this thing is. It's testing this massive horizontal resistance. I mean, it's an easy short for me. Yeah, get short on that. Now here's your setup. I mean, that's your shooting star. This is your setup. Divergence, retesting that same high, that same resistance. Divergence. Come on, it's literally telling you to get short. Yelling at you to get short. Alright. Here's that trend line. Not perfect. QQQ. Here's this trend line. Okay. Take it down to the daily. There's this trend line. That's still intact. That is still intact. Oops, I got past drawings on here. And we got this horizontal support resistance line. Resistance here. This trend line is still intact until this thing's broken. I'm still bullish for now. Alright. Micron. Nice Saturn logo. Support resistance. Really major support there. Sorry, I'm not on the weekly. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's see, there's this little consolidation here from this move down. That's what it looks like to me. Excuse me. Yes, that's consolidating sideways. Is it at 0.618? No, it's probably at about 0.5. Yep, there about. Alright, Sirius XM. Okay. Okay. This wedge down, broke out. And now we're seeing it here. Honestly, look, it looks like it might top here. We'll see. But there is horizontal resistance in here a little bit, looks like. Comcast. Comcast, eh? Alright. There's a top in there. A lot of resistance up in here. Some support here. Let's get this trend line drawn. Where are you at, trend line? Yeah, that came up. Okay, what are we seeing? We're seeing a head and shoulders pattern. Excuse me. Yeah, we're seeing a head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, and our right shoulder is going to form. Yeah, and we have this double top here with the RSI divergence. So, I expect it to retrace right about here. And that would be your short setup for this thing to go lower. Symantec. Let's go down to the weekly here. Jesus. What do we see? Alright, this is 2008. Retested this high, failed. Oh, actually, what is this? This isn't 2008, it's 2004. Yeah, that failed to go higher. And we had this big break lower. Alright. What do we see here? Well, I mean, I'm trying to see where this left shoulder would be if I want to say there is a left shoulder here. It's kind of this whole structure here, to me. That's what I'm seeing. Main thing is this trend line needs to be broken for this to be confirmed. But this high is pretty big, and that failed to break higher. So, and we're megaphoning in here. It looks like. Looks like we got a megaphone pattern here, a little bit. Not perfect, but yeah, we're megaphoning in here. So it's consolidating sideways after this move down. And I expect it to go lower, considering a gap down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think, yeah, that's pretty good short. Alright, Dow Jones. Of course, I have this drawn out already for the lower time frames. Hourly, but this trend line's still intact. Plunge protection team probably came in. But you had this bottom RSI divergence, so where do I expect this to move? A little bit higher. Right about there at least, but it looks like it's already moving down. It's already topped here with an RSI divergence again, so we'll see S&P. Yeah, engulfing candle here. And yeah, I expect this to move lower these next coming days. So yeah, that's my stock market analysis. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.